Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like to talk about freedom. Now, in order to understand the perspectives of freedom, I had asked a few people around as to what freedom personally meant to them, as to what freedom meant for them, and some of the perspectives with regards to freedom or what freedom meant for that particular individual, which they shared were freedom is without a fear and without a second thought or negative thoughts state of existence. Somebody also said that it's freedom to take their own decisions without interference from their elders, which was their perception of freedom at one point in time, to now wanting to be financially free, or rather experience financial freedom. Some even said that their personal freedom is related to what others think about them, to the concerns of what others might be perceiving about them. Some even said it's being able to free myself from the expectations of others and to live and express myself more authentically. Some even said that freedom for them is having the ability to accept and embrace themselves completely and wholly, and that they are still on the journey to doing that. Some even said to do what you want to do without a second thought of what others or society thinks about you, as well as giving others the chance to do what they want to do without really harming themselves or others. Someone even said that freedom is living without inhibitions. Inhibitions to the body, mind, and soul, and the freedom to love unconditionally. Somebody had also said that freedom to them is not having the pressure to influence others, to not really be concerned about influencing and impacting others. And to a degree, all of those are some versions or aspects of freedom. However, in my personal perception, freedom is also responsibility. Freedom is also accountability. Freedom is also courage. So, how is freedom equated to accountability and responsibility? How is freedom equated to courage? Well, the courage to be ourselves wholly and completely and be fully expressed, without any inhibitions to mind, body, and soul, without worrying or having over concern about what others think about us, does require some courage, does require us to start accepting and embracing ourselves when even others probably would not do so. And when it comes to accountability and responsibility, think about it. We can only respond to things when we have choices in life, and it is freedom that gives us choices, because no slave or an enslaved person has choices in life. Which essentially means that if we have choices in life, we are free, and thereby we have to make responsible choices. Think about the word responsibility. Responsibility is not necessarily a baggage or a burden that we carry. Though culturally, many a times, that's the projected idea of responsibility that many of us collectively share. But if we look at responsibility through a different lens, it's our ability to respond well. So I'd looked up for the meaning of the word responsibility, and it means responding is a thoughtful and a deliberate action. It involves considering the situation, weighing the options, and making a conscious, deliberate choice. Making a conscious, deliberate decision. And in that sense, freedom is our greatest power as well. And it's only empowering, it's only a choice, it's only a responsibility when it's handled well. Because when freedom entails doing anything as you wish to do without taking any accountability or responsibility, that in itself is misuse of power, is misuse of this privilege. And to some degree, that might be misuse and abuse of freedom. So it's like saying that I have a vehicle that I can drive, but I'm not accountable and responsible for the way I drive my vehicle. I have been given the privilege and the freedom to ride a vehicle, but I take no accountability and responsibility for the way I drive my vehicle. And if you understand that, we'll also understand that freedom is empowered choices, or choices made out of empowering oneself. Freedom is awareness, and freedom is also our greatest responsibility, for it gives us the ability to make empowered and deliberate choices, to take accountability and responsibility for our part in our decision making process. And of course, we are social creatures, so we are impacted and influenced by others. We also impact and influence others. But to take deliberate accountability of our own choices, of our own decisions, is the greatest freedom that we can give ourselves and others. Because as the writer Glennon Doyle would put it, we can only allow others to be as free as we allow ourselves to be. So maybe it's time that we broaden our perspectives of freedom, wherein we don't misuse and abuse the power of freedom, but rather use it as an empowering tool, which helps us become more courageous, to enable us act in more responsible ways. Let's try and think about all of those aspects with regards to freedom, the thing that we all desire. Let's try and do that for ourselves, individually and collectively. And I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contextual content of these videos, please do like, share, and subscribe.